What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to do another video for you guys on the flash system that I use. I had a comment on one of my last videos and somebody had suggested that I show you guys how I set it up with my Z6 and just how I integrate everything. I find it easier to do this than on my DSLRs, my previous D850 and D810. Super easy to set up. I use the Godox flash system, just a couple of speed lights and a couple of triggers, and it's so easy. So I just want to show you guys how I set it up and how I use it, and hopefully you guys will find this helpful. If you have any other questions or comments on anything, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try and answer for you. Yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how I set this up. Okay guys, so basically this is what I use for my flash system. Obviously I got a couple of like high quality stands. I can't recommend having nice stands enough. When I first started off in photography, I wanted to get the cheapest gear, and I really skimped on the stands, and it is like a bad move. Trust me, you want to get nice stands. So I got a couple of really nice Manfrotto Nano stands, and a trigger, 2 speed lights that I use most of the time. It's all I need from the technique, the way I've developed my flash system. I use off-camera flash 99% of the time. I really never mount anything to the top. I use off-camera flash, and this is the way that works for me the best. So I use the Godox flash system. I got an X1T trigger, okay? And then I have 2 V860 flashes. Now I labeled these, this is a good tip, I labeled these back and I labeled them face. So these are set on specific channels, and I have them labeled like that so I know when I'm at a reception where to set them up real quick. So I don't have to go and look at the flash and say, oh, my backlight, which channel is that on, or is this the right one? I just know. I set this one. This one's going to be my backlight. Okay, I get to a reception, I put it on a stand, and then I go set it up in the position. This one, I know this is going to be my light for lighting people's faces, so I wrote face on it. This is set to channel A, so I just know when I look at it, I'm going to put this on the stand, and I know where it goes. So, my process is, I turn my trigger off first, okay? I'll turn on the camera, and then I'll get my correct exposure for whatever room that I'm working in. I make sure that I have this off, I get the exposure correct. I shoot in manual, so I have all my exposures correct for the lighting in the room. Then, once I have the exposure correct, I turn my trigger on. Actually, before I turn the trigger on, I turn my flashes on. So boom, I turn them both on. You can see face is set to channel A right there. Hopefully you got this focuses, you guys can see that. I set the face to channel A. I set the back to channel B. Okay? So A and B, I know exactly which channel they're on, and or group, sorry. A is the face and B is the back, and then I have them on channel 4. They both stay on that. And these Godox flash systems, it's great because they just automatically go to the last channel you had them at and the same group that you had them at automatically. It doesn't matter if you take the batteries out or anything, they're just going to remember it. So it always stays on A and B, channel 4. Now, my trigger, once my flashes are on, I turn this on, and then I have A and B right there, and then my flashes automatically go to the level that I have them set in here. So basically all I do is I can switch in between A and B, push group, switch the power, and it goes up or down wirelessly. So if I know my face light is always A, I'm like, oh, I need some more light on the face, I just click it, just increase the power to 1:1 or whatever I'm at. If I want to bring it down, go to 132 or whatever. If I need more backlight, go to B, and then change that up, down. Simple. And that's how I do it. It's very, very simple. These things just go. Look at, see that? They just go wirelessly. There's no setup. As long as you set the channel to channel 4 right here, and these are on channel 4, it will just fire. Every single time. Unbelievable. And the A and the B, you just switch the power outputs right there, so I don't have to worry about, you know, going anywhere and changing the flash output on the flash or anything like that. They're just literally right there. And I have the mag mod system here, so you know, I have the magnets here. I can just throw a grid on, throw a gel on, you know, mag sphere, whatever I need. But that's how I use it. Basically, I do a backlight, and then I do some type of light. I move it around and position it so it lights people's faces, and that's all I need for a reception. And the good thing is too, is if I decide I don't want the flash, all I have to do, just turn the trigger off real quick. Just shut that button off, and now, like that, see? And then I can just shoot without the flash, and then like, oh, I need flash on, just turn that back on, right there, and then boom, see? On, off. So easy, guys. So, that's all you really need, even for a wedding now. I mean, I like directional light, side light, backlight. I hate the look of just bouncing a flash off the ceiling. That's really, really simple and easy, but it's just a look that I really, really hate. So I choose to use 2 flashes, usually one on the back, one on the side lighting faces, and then use the trigger. And it's so easy because if I want to switch between, I just usually leave this trigger on the whole wedding, whether I'm having my flashes out or not, because all I need to do is just flip it on if I want to have flash. If I don't want to have flash, flip it off. Simple. That's it. So if you guys have any other questions on how to integrate the Godox system with the Z6 or how I use it, just let me know and I'll answer them in the comments. Alright guys.